This is a fascinating idea for a documentary. ComicCon is huge.
Amazing.
And the thing is, nobody has done this before, and then I found out that you're really the first person that's been allowed to shoot at ComicCon.
Yeah, like
right?
people have tried to make this movie for like 2 decades, and they've always said no. And I was there. I met Stan Lee 2 years ago, 3 years ago when we were there filming.
Stan Lee of Marvel comic
Stan
fame.
Lee,
Yeah.
creator of Spider-Man, the X-Men. And I went over to introduce myself to tell him how as a kid, his comic books changed my life. They made me want to tell my own stories. And he goes, "Oh my gosh, Morgan, that's so nice of you. You know, we should make a movie together. We should make a documentary. We should make a documentary about Comic-Con." And I was like, "Yes, we should, Mr. Lee. Yes, we should." And
so he gave you permission. He got you in.
Literally like a year later, there we were making this film with him, with Joss Whedon, with Thomas Tull from Legendary Pictures. I mean, it was amazing.
Now, what's interesting is that you see a lot of elaborate costumes. I went to Comic-Con for the first time, I think, a year and a half ago, and it was quite an experience. You see amazingly elaborate costumes, but there's a spectrum. People that have spent months designing their costumes, and then people that clearly fashioned them in the parking lot on the way in. Did you notice that?
Yeah, no, there's people who and then there's the people who create their own characters, like, "I'm Super Torpedo Man," and then they give you the whole backstory, "I forgot to use deodorant man," and which it's filled with those people. Right. And then there's the guys, my two favorites, there was a guy with a white bucket and a guy with a red bucket over their heads.
Just buckets.
Just buckets, white and red buckets, and they photocopied a stormtrooper face and put on the white one, and they photocopied Iron Man and put on the red bucket. And I was like, yeah, you guys didn't even really try, did you? You didn't even really go for it.
They're just the slacker going to Comic-Con who don't even put effort into that.
Yeah.
There's an intensity of emotion there.
Amazing.
A guy, Kevin Smith had a panel, and a guy proposed to his girlfriend.
That's right.
And were they in costume as characters when he proposed?
No, they weren't. But they met and they fell in love because of all their same kind of geek passion. So he wanted to propose to her at Comic-Con. And so he went online and got the engagement ring that he gave her was made by the same people that make the Lord of the Rings rings. And so he gave her the one ring to rule them all. And so
isn't that a ring that destroys people's lives? Yes. That doesn't make sense.
But that's
put that on my pretty.
Yeah, my
That's not what you give someone when you love them.
That is love. That is real love.
Are there a lot of? I've always been fascinated. There's a lot of. I'm imagining some pent-up sexual frustration there, and then people are in revealing costumes. Is there stuff going on that we don't know about?
People talked about this. They were like, "Oh, you got to go to the late night parties," and I'm really good at finding weird shit. I can find weird things, but I couldn't find these late night parties. I was looking for the late night Wonder Woman hookup party, or the Wookiee love-in. I want.
Well, why do you want to see?
I want to see that. Come on, who doesn't want to see that? That's
all Wookiees do is have orgasms.
That's right.
Yeah. Fill out this form. Wow, okay. And so you found no evidence of a Wonder Woman key party or a Spider-Man party or anything?
I did not. I wanted to. I wanted to find that Batman party you showed earlier in the show. Yeah.
You should work that into your documentary. It's too late now.
Too late now.
But that's the only existing footage.
Yeah, that'll be ComicCon episode 5.
Of a Batman-Bane hookup.